Hi, my name is Victor Aguilera, and in this presentation, I will be discussing what inquiry learning is and how this learning skill can ultimately underpin the teaching of HSIE in primary schools. Inquiry learning is an approach to teaching in which the teacher and students identify questions about a topic or an issue, and students explore these by gathering data and information and using this to solve problems. One of the main key points of inquiry learning, though, is that it involves students to construct their own knowledge, building on any previous knowledge they already have on the topic. As stated by Geraldine McBurney-Fry in her book Improving Your Practicum, she says that students move from passive learning under teacher direction to active learning with the teacher's main role being a facilitator. It is argued that because of the student's role as active learners, inquiry learning makes the learning process more personalized, meaningful, and vivid in the minds of students, allowing the students to progress at their level and their need. The philosophy of inquiry learning is rooted in the work of previous theorists who lay the foundations for this learning skill. John Dewey, who promoted learning by doing, described the basic inquiry learning format back in 1910. Theorists such as Piaget and Vygotsky have also contributed through their work on the theory of constructivism, which believes that people construct their own understanding and knowledge of the world through experiencing things and reflecting on those experiences. The current New South Wales HSIE K-6 syllabus has inquiry learning as a skill development that is mandatory for students. It states in its rationale that it focuses on developing inquiry learning skills and providing experiences that are meaningful for students, engaging them with actual people, places, and issues wherever possible. In my own understanding of this statement, it is asking us as teachers to help students in providing first-hand and second-hand investigations, to allow them to think critically in the pursuit of understanding a particular topic area. There are different variations on how inquiry learning can be approached, but most follow a general pattern which I will now go through. The first stage involves engaging the students and getting them to tune in to the topic. In this stage, it's the teacher's role to determine prior knowledge, gaps in students' understanding, identify what students want to know, and then as a classroom jointly deciding upon the open-ended inquiry question or questions they want to investigate. So, for example, students in stage 3 might be looking at the culture strand and may want to investigate the question, what is Australian culture? This type of broad question requires more than just a simple yes or no answer and asks students to investigate a variety of different aspects. The second stage involves students to find out, identifying resources for gathering information and engaging students in experiential activities. This stage is a great opportunity for teachers to provide a variety of resources to their students, including ICT-based resources. First-hand experiences in this stage, such as excursions to museums, would be the most preferable, but as this is sometimes difficult for some schools to organize, online pictures and videos can also be great in showing the students a first-hand experience. The third stage is the sorting out stage. This mainly involves the students evaluating their information, so checking their sources for different points of view and identifying any bias or prejudice that may have influenced it. This then can lead them to the next stage of drawing conclusions, where students make connections across information sources, synthesize findings, and make generalizations. As a class, they can check any previous predictions and hypotheses that they have come up with, now having the evidence to support their arguments. The following stage again represents a great opportunity for teachers to allow students to use ICT to communicate their learning. How will the findings be presented? What modes of representation and media will be used to share and report findings to a wider audience? Another aspect that could be considered in this stage is the multiple intelligences theory, allowing students to present their findings in a variety of ways that caters to their particular intelligence, whether it be linguistic, visual spatial, musical, etc. The last stage involves the students to take action, initiating actions that make connections with school, home, and/or the global community. One of the great things about inquiry learning is that it should be made relevant to students, which then makes it easier for the students to actually get involved and do something with their information that they've learned through the learning inquiry approach. This could be something as little as a change in behavior towards a particular topic, or something as big as students writing to their local government representative to try and initiate some sort of change. Inquiry learning is a great skill to use in HSI as it allows students to learn content and process at the same time. It's not always an easy approach, as the teacher as a facilitator needs to make sure students are on task by providing sufficient and accurate scaffolding. But the success it can have in deep learning, I believe, outweighs any negatives.